band that causes more emails, text messages and phone calls from you lot when I play them, and I can guarantee that I would imagine it's something like 2/3 of the texts and emails and phone calls will say, brilliant, fantastic, play more of this particular band, and about 1/3 will say, what the hell are you doing playing those guys on a rock radio station? The band in question is Rammstein. They're the biggest thing to come out of Germany in years. They've sold 50 million records and they've recorded in just about every language going apart from Welsh. Hi, Richard.
Hey, that was the longest intro I ever heard.
Well, the thing was, I wanted to get across this point that, I mean, I like what you do. I think it's fantastic. And I've done a little bit of research on you guys. And what was interesting, right. I kind of sussed this anyway, but you have formulated a very German form of rock music. But is it rock music? The complaints I sometimes get about you guys is that you're actually a dance music band with a bit of a heavy metal edge to you.
You know, it's pretty hard to put like Rammstein in any kind of category, obviously. And when we started like the band, and the idea was to put like machines, like, you know, which the Germans are good at, obviously, and rock guitars, because I'm a guitar player, obviously, like together. So it's like in the beginning it was like the second record that we actually were really influenced by like techno and electronic music, and you can hear it more. But then after the record Mother was more like a rock record.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know, there's so many influences we have that it's really hard to really categorize Rammstein. Rammstein is Rammstein. And what I'm really proud of my life is like, to create a sound that you can hear. It's Rammstein.
The thing is, Richard, rock music is only successful if it speaks of the nation from which it comes. And the reason that probably Britain and America have dominated the world of rock is that each has defined its own unique sound. America, obviously, through its tradition of rhythm and blues and whatever, and Britain with bands like the Rolling Stones, The Who, and then Led Zeppelin, who couldn't have been from anywhere else other than Great Britain. And for me, the great thing about you guys, and the reason you're easily the most successful German rock band, is you sound German. You're not trying to be pretend Americans.
Exactly. That was a point that I needed a couple of years to understand that. Like, obviously, when I started to make music, I was influenced by English-speaking bands like that came out of the 70s. Like, as you say, like Led Zeppelin was my music, Black Sabbath, like also AC/DC and this kind of music. So, but then the first time I came to America, I realized that everything I did was kind of an imitation. So I went back to Germany and tried to actually form something that sounds more German, to be authentic as possible. It's a part of something you have to do if you play or if you live in this country. You certainly can hear that we're German. You know, we're really tight on the guitars, for example.
Of course, Richard. I mean, the guitar sound that you have is pretty distinctive as well. You know it's Rammstein as soon as you guys kick in. But there was something that Ollie said that I thought rang very true, which was, and I'm sure you've had this quoted back at you many times, German suits metal music. French may be the language of love, but German is the language of anger. And I think he's absolutely spot on when he said that. Well, Richard,
German
come on.
is also the language of sexuality.
Well, yeah, but Richard, look at the subject matter of your songs. Incest, cannibalism, religious heresy. I mean, you're not exactly the Bee Gees, are you?
No, we're not, obviously. We like walking more on the darker side of the moon, yes.